What is going on? It is the greatest day of the year. It is Christmas Eve. I am bringing this live Talk the Plank podcast, episode 12, the 12th night of Christmas. Bringing it to you from Orlando, Florida. We are talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but only briefly because I had to step away from my family. I got everybody in the other room right now, but I told them I have to record this podcast tonight. I've been looking forward to it all week. I'm actually in a good mood. I had a great week, and I couldn't wait to get back on this thing, man. The other night, I watched the Cincinnati Bengals game, and I can't stop laughing at that shit, man, because it's the only way that I can process how fucked up that game was. I actually recorded a podcast about it, but I was too angry on it. I was ranting. I was going over everything, like from the defense where they fucked up, the offense where they could have just like actually executed without like Tom Brady throwing turnovers everywhere. But you know what? I'm not going to bring that into this podcast. This is a happy podcast. This is the Christmas Eve podcast, and we are going to have fun here for the next, I don't know, about 15 minutes or so. So I'm going to be real brief tonight. We have the Arizona Cardinals coming up tomorrow. We are the later game. We are kicking off probably about 8:20 in the evening at Eastern Standard Time. I mean, it's going to be like 5:20 when y'all get out there. Those Bucs fans that are out there in Arizona, I need you loud. I need you proud. We are going to finally win a game again. We haven't won in forever, and it's not good that the Saints actually won today. So, you know, even though we swept them, they are getting back into the picture of contending for that division. We need to lock that shit up. We got the Panthers coming into town next week. You best believe I'll be there for the last home game of the regular season. And you know what? I'm going to toast to all y'all that have stayed faithful to this Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad that has given us fits this year. We have not seen them perform well, not up to our standards that we have believed that a Tom Brady team should be performing right now, especially with all the talent that we got on this roster. So, with that said, here's a toast to you from me, mi familia. This is Coquito, and we are going to take a shot on this podcast tonight, motherfuckers. Let's go. So, I hope that you are all with your loved ones right now. Y'all are having a great time. I am too. I'll be back in the living room in a second. We're about to, cut it up and really have some laughs and shit like that. But, salud. Damn, that shit's good, man. Anyways, I'm going to break it down real quick. Just a couple of notes I got on this game. J.J. Watt had a hell of a week last week. You know, he had 3 sacks. He's back in the hunt, back in, his little zone. He loves to tell you how much he works out, how hard he works, outworks everybody. Good for you, JJ. Good for you. But you know what? This week, you're playing my Buccaneers. And even though we don't have Donovan Smith out there, that might be a good thing. So we're going to get out there. We're going to game plan for you, motherfucker. And we're going to win this game. Now, in case you haven't heard, Kyler Murray, superstar in his own mind, is out for the season with a torn ACL. His backup, Colt McCoy, is also out. He's also injured. That brings in Trace McSorley. If you're a Penn State fan, you remember him. He hasn't really had a great career so far, but this Buccaneers team, they got a habit of making guys look better than they are. So hopefully we're going to minimize that. He can run a little bit. He's out there. He got almost 1,700 yards in college running the ball. So we need to look out for that. I'm not too worried about him hitting his targets, even though they do have DeAndre Hopkins on their team and Hollywood Brown. 2 very good receivers, but the quarterback, not so much. as long as we can keep pressure on him, JTS is going to have a fucking breakout game, man. He was having a great game against the Bengals last week. If he wasn't held, they're at least not getting one of those touchdowns in the second half. Unfortunately, the refs missed that. We got to live with it. We're putting that game in the past. This week, I think JTS is going to go out there. I think he's going to get at least 2 sacks. That is my bold prediction for the week. Anthony Nelson, he's going to get out there. He's going to get after the quarterback too. And the key matchup of this game is really going to be Carlton Davis versus DeAndre Hopkins. You know, last time they faced off, DeAndre Hopkins had one of the worst games of his career. Last time they faced off, DeAndre Hopkins only got 5 catches for 23 yards. So really, he wasn't really getting shit because Carlton's all up in his shit. And Carlton's confident, man. I don't know if y'all saw it this week, but he had an interview where he said that, you know, DeAndre Hopkins, big physical receiver. I'm a big physical corner. And, you know, somebody's got to win that matchup. And somebody's got to lose that matchup. And it ain't going to be me that loses. So, fuck yeah, Carlton. You had a hell of a game last week against the Jamar Chase. I want to see you really repeat that. Really go out there and prove that it wasn't just a once flash in the pan kind of game for you. Because we know that you can go out there and ball, bro. So that's why you're making the big bucks. And we want to see it again. Definitely looking forward to that matchup. And finally, just got to keep in mind that, you know, they do have a talented defense. And we are struggling on offense. You know, they got a couple of guys like Budda Baker and Isaiah Simmons, who was a stud at Clemson. And he came on a little bit last year, having another good year. You know, we got to keep in mind those guys are out there along with J.J. Watt. They lost Chandler Jones this year, so that's a break. But as long as we can go out there and execute, got to run that ball right. No fucking turnovers from Tom Brady. Need to break that trend, man. It's Christmas, man. I'm dressed like fucking Santa Claus, so, like, I don't want to be giving gifts to the other team. I want the gifts to be brought to you, the fans. The Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan base, man. We deserve a win. We need one so bad right now, man. At 6-8, we cannot be doing this shit any longer. I do not want to see us get to 9 losses this season. There are 3 games left. We need to win each and every single one of them. They're all NFC matchups. So, let's get out there, beat the Cardinals, beat the Panthers when they come into our house and get some revenge for that embarrassing performance we had earlier this year. And then go up to Atlanta and finish this season strong. Let's go on a 3-game win streak. Let's get it. Everybody have a happy Christmas, holiday, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrating. And especially a happy new year. I'm out. We'll see you later.